Anyone got a pencil? Hello, my name's Mark and I'm the host of the Mixtape podcast, where every week on the show I will ask my guests to make up an imaginary mixtape. They'll give it a title and pick 6 tracks. Track 1, what's going to be your intro track, your attention grabber, your track 1 side one that's going to draw me in and make me want to listen to the rest of your tape. Track 2, pick a song that you sing loud and proud when you're on your own in the car or the shower. Track 3, pick your favourite cover version. Track 4, pick a song you wish you could have played to your 18-year-old self. Track 5, pick a song that you would put on your mixtape to let the listener know that you are romantically interested. And track 6, I'm going to ask them to pick something a little bit obscure, maybe a B-side or an album track. Don't forget to smash that follow or plus sign at the top of the page and you'll be notified every time there's a new episode. And you can follow me on Instagram at the Mixtape Perth. Hope you enjoy this week's chat. Hello and welcome to this week's Mixtape, where I'm chuffed to bits to be joined by writer, comedian, spoken word artist and poet Sarah Callaghan. Now, like me, you'll probably be able to tell from Sarah's accent that she's not a born and bred true blue Aussie. A very warm welcome to Australia, Sarah. And what brings you to Perth?
So I'm a stand-up comedian, and I've been coming back and forth to Australia for about 7 years. And I just recently moved to Perth, so it's a new journey. We'll see what happens, isn't it?
So you moved full time now to Perth, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that's great. Excellent. You first sort of popped up on my radar, I don't know if you remember, at the Fringe Festival pub crawl in February last year.
Yeah.
Cracking night. And and it wasn't last year, it was this year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this year. So I'd only just started sort of doing the radio show.
Yeah.
And I kind of, I was always sort of self-conscious about approaching, especially women, like after like shows and that, because it comes off a bit weird, just some crusty old geezer like eating you up at the end of your show. Do you know what I mean? Going, here's my Instagram. Do you want to come on my radio show? It sounds well sus. So I had to rope my girlfriend in as well. Luckily, my girlfriend was there that night, and I said, "Come on, I'm going to come and talk to her. You got to come with me, otherwise it'll be weird." She was like, "Fuck's sake, grow up, man.
Yeah.
Go on, go and talk to her." I'm so glad. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. I really enjoyed your set that night as well. I don't know if you remember this either, but I was stupidly sitting in the front row at a comedy show, which is never a good idea. And I was wearing a T-shirt that said "Hug Dealer," which is an even worse idea. That Scottish MC, he was ripping me all fucking night long. Honestly, he wouldn't leave me alone. I was just, oh, what have I done this for?
Good.
Yeah, I know. He's just calling me Essex. Oh, Essex. First thing he said to me, "Where you from, mate?" And I was sitting there thinking, "Don't ask me where I'm from, mate. Don't ask me." And he went, "Where you from, mate?" And I was like, "Oh, fucking hell. It's going to get worse now. As soon as I say Essex, he's just going to have me." And that was it. Yeah, but it was great. I had a fantastic night. And I really enjoyed your set. And then right at the very end of your set, what sort of made me sort of think she'd be a really good guest on a radio show was the sort of spoken word piece that you gave at the end of your set. And then I found out through chatting to you after that not only are you a stand-up comedian, but you're also a spoken word sort of, what would you call it, performer, artist?
I guess yes, poet / spoken word artist. That's probably what I'd call myself.
Yeah. And as you know, I played a few of your tracks on the show before. So one of the questions that I wanted to ask you was sort of, when you're sort of like multi kind of talented like that, when you're in like a creative sort of zone, do you go to yourself, right, this week I'm writing comedy and next week I'm writing songs, or do you just let it come like as and when, like, you know, you get inspired?
Yeah, I think I just let it come as it comes, really. But like, they feed into each other. Like, the more jokes I write, then I'll get ideas for poems and vice versa. Mm-hmm. If I'm writing a song, sometimes a bit will send me on a tangent. I'm like, oh, that could be a good joke. So yeah, they feed into each other quite well, I think.
Yeah,
especially making music. So I play drums as well, and I feel like the repetition of that definitely helps with the songwriting and also comedy, because it's all flow. It's just a different flow. Like the pace of you telling jokes leading up to a punchline is the same of flow of a poem. So they're more similar than you think.
I've heard comedians talk about that before, like the rhythm of a stand-up set being very similar to like a song. Yeah. Okay. So gig-wise, what are you doing in Perth at the moment? Are you doing any sort of spoken word poetry gigs, or are you just concentrating on the comedy at the moment?
Yeah, well, I'm doing all the comedy clubs here, which has been super fun. But I gig a lot for a company called So Far Sounds, and I've gigged with them like all across London and Bristol and all that sort of stuff. And I've got a gig booked in Perth. I think the 21st of September. So that should be good. That'll be my first like music/poetry gig that I've done in Perth. So I'm really excited for that.
Amazingly, I think I'm going to that.
Really?
I didn't know you were going. Yeah, I didn't know you were going. As soon as you said So Far Sounds, I was like, no, I'm sure that's the one. Yeah,
That's mad.
my girlfriend got us tickets for that. But yeah, I think it's one of them
Have
where
you been before?
No, I haven't. No, she told me how amazing it is.
It's
Yeah,
sick. Yeah, you'll love it.
yeah. I think it's one of those they don't sort of announce who's playing. You just sort of turn up and I'm buzzing off that. That's awesome. I was sort of looking forward to it anyway, but now I really am looking forward to it. That's gonna be amazing. Yeah, let's just quickly shout out your Instagram. Is it Callaghan1 for all your for all your gig details and all that stuff, where people can find you and all the rest of it. Callaghan1 on Instagram. Let's move into the mixtape section of the show, Sarah. As you know, you get 6 songs to pick for your mixtape. So track 1 of your mixtape is like an attention grabber, or something that's going to kick the mixtape off and get my attention. So what did you go with that?
I went with Kendrick Lamar, DNA.
Awesome choice. Awesome. It's not really musically sort of in my wheelhouse, but yeah, I was like I said to you earlier, I was listening to it on the train on the way home, and I was like, got some editing to do now with the swear words.
It's a bit sweary.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, artists like Scroobius Pip and Ren and play, like that I really want to play and sort of bring to people. I can't play no more because they're just too sweary, which is a bit of a shame. Track 2 of your mixtape, Sarah, is a song that you sing loud and proud when you're on your own in the car or the shower. What song did you go with?
I went with Erasure, Respect. Just because every time I've been to a karaoke night, or like in Edinburgh, they always like at the Fringe Fest, they do this night called Masioki, and it's all just like tracks that everyone sings along. They got a live band and they got the lyrics up on the screen, like the whole room sings, and everyone goes mad for that one. So it brings back like a lot of nice memories of being there. So it's a good one to belt out. But not that I'm always in tune, by the way. I'm not saying I sing it well, but I sing it like.
I don't think many people are that well in tune when they sing in the shower. But yeah, I think what you were just saying there about that Masioki, it sounds like. Have you ever been to a pub choir?
No.
They're quite good. You should try and get on one of them. They do them in Perth. There's a few places do it now, but I think it started in London, and basically it's a similar sort of thing. It's like you have a host, and she's a singer, like a really good singer, and it's a similar sort of thing. They have the words on a big screen, and it's like a room full of people. Frio Social have it on there sometimes. My girlfriend went a few weeks ago. She said it was a cracking night. It's the same thing. Like they put all the songs that everybody knows, and everybody has a few beers, and it's just like a mass huge karaoke sort of thing. Yeah, it's awesome. Pub choir, it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you should have a look at that. I keep meaning to go, but she bought me a t-shirt, but I've never been to one. But yeah, never mind. I'll get to one sooner or later. Okay, track 3 for your mixtape, Sarah, is pick your favourite cover version. What did you go with?
Well, I was a bit cheeky. I went with 2, yeah. So the first one's a new one because I was recently in Sydney and my mate introduced me to an artist called Teddy Swims. And he's like proper rocker dude, big beard, covered in tattoos, bald head. So you think, when he starts, you think, it's going to be some heavy rock. But his voice is incredible. He sings like an angel. He's like the male version of Adele. Anyway, he got famous by doing covers, and they went viral, and now he's doing his own music and stuff. And he was doing some shows in Sydney. And one of the songs that he covered was Journey's Don't Stop Believing. And it was just like an amazing cover. The vocal was so smooth, and I really liked it. So shout out to him. He's a new artist. And then the other one that I picked is a bit more probably well known is Aretha Franklin, You Send Me. I I used to listen to that song with my mum in the car in it, so it's quite a
Yeah.
nostalgic song for me. And I love the Sam Cooke version, but
Yeah.
nothing beats Aretha, I don't think.
It's a tough one to cover a Sam Cooke song. I think not many people would be able to pull that one off, but obviously someone with Aretha Franklin's sort of quality, and she's gonna absolutely smash that.
Yeah.
Just going back to Teddy Swims, he played at the Astor Theatre in Mount Lawley not that long ago. Did you go?
I tried to get a ticket, but it was
Yeah.
sold out in minutes. So
I think it sold out really, really quickly. But yeah, that song, that Don't Stop Believing. First of all, that's my shower. If I was doing this list, like that's my
really, yeah,
100%. Yeah,
that's a great one.
But songs like that song, I can only ever think of. Do you watch The Sopranos? You ever seen The Sopranos? That's like an iconic, like the final scene ever of the last ever episode of Sopranos features the original track of Don't Stop Believing, and it's so iconic. Like I can't think of anything else when I hear that song. It's the first thing I see. Yeah, it's a bit of a time investment to get in. It's like 60 hours a season or something like that, and there's about 6 seasons.
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a big one, but that last scene features that song. Don't Stop Believing, and it's so iconic for me. I can't even, as soon as I hear it, I just see that last scene in that little diner. And I think who was it? The Jezebels. They're an Aussie band. They did it on Like a Version. That's a really cracking version of that as well. They do it really, really well. But I like the Teddy Swims one. It's I looked at him, I'd never heard his music, and just from looking at him, I thought, he looks like a bit of a Wish Post Malone. Do you know what I mean? Like with the face tats and that. And I was
That's
like,
what I said. Yes. Yeah.
He does a bit, but then
Malone.
now I've heard some of his stuff, and I'm like, oh, actually, there's a bit more going on there. Do you know what I mean? I think I'd probably
he's sick.
I prefer him to Post Malone. I think he's good. Post Malone,
definitely. I think he's going to be massive.
Yeah, he sounds like when artists come to Perth like that and sell out, like not many now do like sell out like that quick. It's even like Sam Fender came to Perth, or he was playing a stadium, but he didn't sell out. Whereas he could sell out 10 nights at Wembley. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, same. Yeah. He's a cracking artist. I'd have to get him on the podcast. I've got a couple of good names on recently, and now I'm just going ridiculous now. The people I'm asking, like Roger Waters from Pink Floyd and all that, I'm trying to get them on the podcast.
Look, mate, don't ask, don't get. You never
exactly
know.
Right. Exactly right.
That's
my attitude as well. Okay. Track 4, Sarah, for your mixtape is a song you wish you could play to your 18-year-old self. What did you go with?
Right. I'm being a bit self-indulgent here, but
that's fine.
I would play some of my own music, to be fair, because I feel like the stuff that I've written, even now, even though I've written it, I'll listen to it like on the off chance of having a down day. And it's like my future self is speaking to me and helping me out, because the lyrics are so powerful, so inspiring, and it helps you get through depressive phases and inspires you to keep going and chase your dreams and that. And I feel like when I was 18, that's what I really needed. I needed that inspiration and that support artistically. So there's a song that I did called Dreams. I collaborated with a guy called Joe Jury, who actually produced all my stuff, but he sung on the track too. And that's all about just keep going for your dreams. And the message is like, it's never too late, it's never too late to change direction, or you just got to keep going. And so that one. And then I did an album last September called Right Frame of Mind, and every song on there is all about bigging up your art and being proud of what you've made and perseverance and shit. So I would play my own music to myself.
No, that's brilliant. That's like to give yourself an idea of just what you can achieve. I think that's a brilliant way of looking at it. And just going back to dreams quite quickly, like I'm a sort of case in point there. Like 50 years old, I suddenly thought, do you know what? I'll be a radio presenter, and now here I am. Do you know what I mean? And I'm doing it. I know the moment I pushed that fader up on that microphone for the first time, I was like, "Where's this been all my life?" Absolutely spewing. But that's why I'm sort of moving so fast with it now and putting so much energy into it now, because I want to get as much out of it as I possibly can while I can. I just absolutely love doing it. Like you say, it's never too late. It's never ever too late. On the album you were talking about there, Beginning, oh mate, honestly, that track is just like an absolute banger. Lyrically, I absolutely love that. The one line, boundless joy in the bloopers, mistakes becometh the man. Like sitting here as someone who has fucked up and being that person who's made those mistakes, but not letting it for 1 second define or, you know, dictate who I am now going forward. I absolutely love that song, and that lyric particularly, it speaks to me like a lot. So if it's okay with you, I will probably drop that track in right there. Okay, and track 5, Sarah, is a song you would pick to let the listener of your mixtape know that you're romantically interested. What did you go with?
Well, it's another one of mine. It's called Skin, and yeah, I actually wrote it. I don't really write about sex or love too much, but I felt that way inclined that day, and we recorded it in one take, and basically it was like a love letter to a guy that I hadn't even met yet. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I had somebody in mind, but it was my idea of what a perfect relationship should be, and what I would want out of like intimacy and all that. So and I ended up actually manifesting that eventually. So I feel like maybe I put that out into the world, and it brought him to me. I don't know, but yeah, I think there was a time I was actually seeing someone before I come to Australia, and I played it in the car, and when it finished, he was like, "Whew, all right, cool." So I think I got the message across. Put it that way.
Well, if it works for you, then yeah, definitely go for it. Pick one of your own, like for sure. Like, there's nothing better than using your own words. Do you know what I mean? That's perfect. Like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Track 6, Sarah, is an obscure track, something a little bit sort of left field, or maybe a B-side or an album track. What did you go with?
I went with "Talk Tonight" by Oasis.
Yeah,
you like that one, innit?
that's the first time. This is, what would this be? Whenever this comes out, maybe episode 10 or 11 of the mixtape. It's taken that long for somebody to pick the same track that I would pick for the B-side. That is absolutely. It's not just one of my favourite B-sides. It's one of my favourite songs of all time.
Definitely, same.
Oh, that period of, you know, I don't know how old you are, but I was probably in my early mid-20s. When Oasis sort of broke through and came out, and like every time a single came out, I was like a kid in a sweet shop, like straight down to HMV, because the quality of the B-sides that they were putting out from the first 2 records is just, and the Master Plan obviously being their album of B-sides for anyone who's not familiar. Any band in the world would kill for their B-sides as their back catalogue. Do you know what I mean? Never mind the singles that they've written. Like, it's just I remember buying, I think it was, if I'm right, the B-side to Some Might Say, and there was a Japanese import CD in HMV that was like 10 quid, and it had an alternate version of it, and I was like, oh, I've got to get it. I've got to get it. I can't say no to that. 10 quid. It was like triple the price of a normal single CD, but I was like, yeah, but it's got that little Japanese strip on it, and it's got a slightly different alternate version of it, so I've got to buy it. Yeah, I think, and for me, it's I don't know if you play guitar, but it's a pretty easy one, like most Oasis songs are. It's a pretty easy one to get right on the guitar as well, and it's not that hard to sing. And I don't know if you know as well, but Paul Weller plays on that track as well. The keyboards in that is played by Paul Weller.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. As you can probably tell, I'm a massive Oasis like nerd. They're my favourite band.
They're the best. Best band ever.
Yeah, it's not. I haven't got it here. I think I put it away, but put something on Insta the other day with my my Nebworth ticket and wristband from their Nebworth concerts that I went to. I've still got the wristband and the ticket for that, and it came out on vinyl. I think the Live at Nebworth came out on vinyl. So yeah, I was only a young man then. I was only like, what was I, 24 or something, 25 when I went to that. Best day of my life.
Yeah, but at least you got to see them. You know, I'm 32, so I sort of missed all that shit. They were definitely split up before I sort of got into them. But for me, growing up in the 90s, it's so nostalgic. That sound, any Oasis track, it's like, it takes me right back to being a kid. You know what I mean? And I've seen Noel and Liam separately countless times now. But yeah, I mean, you're still dreaming of that day for them to get back together. Because for me, that would be the first time I've ever actually seen Oasis properly together, but I don't know. I doubt it's ever going to happen. But
I think it will. I'll get to that in a minute. But
really?
Just on the Nebworth thing, the lineup for that gig, the Bootleg Beatles were on first. Then it was the Chemical Brothers, Ocean Colour Scene, Manic Street Preachers, The Prodigy, and then Oasis.
Oh my god!
It was such a lineup. It was like what? Like these are all like headliners in their own right, and they're all supporting Oasis. But yeah,
And how much
1990s,
did you pay for that then?
20 quid.
Mad.
That's what it says on the
Mad.
ticket, 20 quid. I know, yeah. I think it was, I paid like, I don't know, another 10 quid for a coach from the town centre in Grays, where I live in Essex, out to Nebworth Park. But yeah, it was brilliant. I was with my best mate. Do you know what I mean? We were having the time of our lives. I've never held on to a piss for so long as I did that day. Like, 'cause I didn't want to lose my spot, because we were right down the front of, and I didn't want to lose my spot.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just hold on to it, mate. Yeah. And then I remember we got on the coach. We found our coach, because there was hundreds of coaches, all looked the same. We found our coach and we sat up top, and I fell asleep, and I woke up 2 hours later and we hadn't moved out of the park. We were still trying to get out of the park. It was absolute chaos, like
Oh my
at the end of the
God.
night, like trying to
Yeah,
get
I
out.
bet.
Yeah, I think we got home about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning or something like that. But yeah, like I say, best day of my life. But the reason I think they will get back together is, I think next year is the 30th anniversary of Definitely Maybe coming out, and I think that will be the catalyst. It will happen. Noel's got his record out now. Liam's got his new record out now. So neither of them will have any touring to do or supporting, new releases next year. I think next year he'll fingers crossed it'll be the one. Sarah Callaghan, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Good chatting to you. And fingers crossed, I'll see you at So Far Sessions in 2 or 3 weeks.
Nice one. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, no worries, mate. That was the Mixtape podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to jump up to the top of the page and smash that follow button, and you'll be notified every time there's a new episode. Or follow me on Instagram at the Mixtape Perf. Till the next time.